Hey there, welcome to another episode of PSN Trophy Talk. I'm Sam.
And I'm Vic, the greatest of the greatest. That the reason you guys come to this show is me. Hello.
and today we are talking about Sonic Forces.
Sonic Forces, your good pal Sonic the Blue Hedgehog is back in a game that people will complain about, but we actually enjoyed.
Indeed. Crap.
But we know why you're here. Talk about some trophies,
Yep.
and let's get straight to that, right?
Yep.
Um, this game has a platinum and also has DLC in the form of Episode Shadow. We're gonna go down the regular game first, and we'll talk about DLC. As far as the regular game goes, pretty straightforward trophy list. Consists of many different things, story missions, completing every level, so on and so forth. Spoilers, just in case, as usual.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
I'll try to keep it to minimum, and I'll cut and I'll be sure to cut out the cuts, not cut out do the editing, but I'll skip the cutscenes when they pop up. I'll just
Right.
stick strictly to gameplay, and we won't show any of the Shadow DLC because it may be count as spoilers as well. This is just the
Right.
base game.
Sonic Forces allows you to do something very unique to a Sonic game, which is create a character, create an avatar,
Yeah, as you can see right now, I'm
which
not using said avatar, but I'm just playing Sonic for right now.
Sam liked that feature far more than I did.
Oh yeah, I love creating. That's like one of my favorite things in the world.
I hate creating any character ever. They usually tell me create a character, and I pick the most generic thing I possibly can just so I can move on. But anyway, get to the trophy. So we're gonna avoid all the story related stuff, which is basically, boss battles and completing the game. We won't get into details of bosses or anything, but that's what the story stuff basically can consist of. Beating bosses, beating the game. There you go. Then you have creating an avatar is a trophy. That's a part of the story, but you're gonna create an avatar. That's one of the first things you do. Pretty cool if you really like that stuff. You start off, the avatar has different clothing items you can use, top, bottom, gloves, glasses, and so on and so forth. But you don't have you're able, excuse me, you're able to unlock more clothing and stuff like that as the game goes on. So if you see stuff and you think, man, the only there was more, there is more. You just have to unlock
Yeah.
it. Then they have there's some miscellaneous trophies. We're not going in any specific order because there are so many different things to do in this game that you can go about it however you please, however you feel fit to do it. So, as a trophy, for example, one of the miscellaneous things are defeating enemies. So you have one for defeating 1,000, 5,000, and lastly 10,000 enemies. Sounds like a lot, but you'll get it pretty quickly, especially if you're going for all the other trophies in the game.
Yeah, there's a
That's
ton.
one of the ones that you'll get pretty
Yeah, there are tons and tons of things to kill in this game.
fast. Then you have one that's for rings. So it's basically collect 10,000 rings, collect 50,000 rings, collect 100,000 rings. I personally think that that's going to be one of the last trophies you get because you're only able to collect 999 rings at max, and only some levels really allow that because there aren't really that many rings to collect in every level. So, 100,000 is going to be one of the last ones you get.
Yeah, and it's a pain in the butt because you get hit and it's all gone in an instant.
You're right. So, it's going to definitely be something that you grind to at the end.
Yeah, this will be. So that's that. As he said, that's to be the biggest pain in the butt you're gonna be dealing with. It says one screw up, it's back to collecting some more.
Then you have a lot of trophies related to the avatar themselves within the create the avatar section, such as equip a clothing item on every part of the body, use the closet, which is basically able to save your avatar, um, and changing weapons. The avatar gets a weapon which you can change, and that's also a trophy. So, you'll get a few just by creating the avatar itself.
Yeah, and as you can see on the avatar menu that I'm on right now, there are multiple uh, multiple little power ups to said weapons to make them a little more useful, and there are tons and tons of weapons, which I'm pretty sure you'll be able to pick one that you like. And as you can also see, there's these little medals that on the screen which connect to leveling up said avatar, right?
Right. For every stage that you complete, your score is actually experience points towards your avatar. You don't get anything special for leveling up your avatar in the sense of it they don't, power up more or run faster or jump higher. It's basically to unlock missions. It's basically to unlock more clothing items is the reason that you're leveling them up. And if you want more clothing items, that's the way to do it.
Yeah. And you,
And go
sorry,
ahead.
and you can make more avatars since you're gonna have to upgrade every single race to the max, which is 30, I believe, right?
Right.
And you don't have to worry. Once you beat the game once, the game allows you to go crazy and create as much avatars as you want to to do that. So there'll be a little bit of grinding in that sense. And there is one, two, there's 7 different avatars you gotta level up to max, right?
Right. Right. 7 different, I guess, races that you
Yeah.
can use. Um, would it be spoiler if we said the races?
No, they already had a good look at what the races were.
Right.
Um, what also you'll be having to do is these missions right here.
Those are the challenges, right?
Yeah.
So there's a checklist basically of challenges that you can do. And one of the trophies is actually to complete every single challenge in the game. So it can be from simple things where it's just clear stage one, clear stage two, clear stage three, or it'll be, clear this stage in this amount of time, or clear that stage in this amount of time. And everything I feel is fairly simple. For some, it'll be harder than others, but definitely doable. There's nothing I feel that is too difficult where you'll just feel like quitting. But then there's leveling up the avatars, um, defeating enemies with Sonic, defeating a certain amount with a certain move. Uh, yeah, there are a lot of challenges, and I found them fun to do though. I enjoyed it. It gives you a reason to go back and play the game and do something else with it, right?
Yeah. Um,
But that's going to be a major part. And again, one of the challenges is like Sam was saying, leveling up each race to the max. So you're going to be revisiting levels a lot. So as you're leveling up each avatar, you might as well go and do all these other things. But if you're good at this game, you're going to be done with all of these missions far before you even complete your second avatar, which means you'll have 5 more to go anyway.
yeah. Yes, there's no reason being in a rush to anything. You're here. You're in here for the long haul. You're trying to get all the trophies.
Right, right.
What's also great though is that when you're focusing on leveling up, like you saw with the challenges, there's also daily missions which it could be really simple, like as I just did a little while ago, which is just change a article of clothing or anything like that, which give you a boost, which will give you more experience and also help with those ranks you got to get too.
right? What else? In each level, as with many, if not all games at this point, there are collectibles.
Hooray!
So, so you have red coins, which there are five in each level. Not in every single level, but in the majority of the levels, there are five, excuse me, red star rings that you can collect. All, mm, all easily obtainable if you're one of those people who searches through the level. You know, there's a guide online for these things, and you'll be able to just follow the guide. I didn't have to. This is one of those games where I didn't have to use a guide. I just played the game, looked around the level, and found all these things. Uh, Sam, what do you think?
Most are like right there in your face, and if they aren't like super hidden, you could easily oh snap, oh what the heck am I, you could easily find them by just taking your time through the level, since after you get the S rank, you really don't have to worry about the time thing. So after you get the S rank and do the challenge of beating the level at a certain time, you can just take your sweet time and just go really really slow with the stage to find the rings. It shouldn't be that difficult.
Right. So then after that, so basically you have to play the level a minimum of three times because all the collectibles in each level won't appear until you complete the first collectible set. So what I mean is they have red star rings. After you collect all five on the same stage, the next collectible will appear, which are called number rings. So basically you find a ring in the stage and it'll be numbers 1 through 5, and you need to touch them in order from 1 to 5 or from 5 to 1. I honestly forgot. Do you remember?
I think yeah, it turns them in order. I think that's how it's supposed to be.
From 1 to 5.
Yeah.
So you have to collect them in order. If you happen to miss it, if you go get 1 and then touch 3, they all disappear. And you either have to restart a checkpoint or restart the entire level in order to get it. Once you collect all of them, you have to complete the level for it to count. You cannot quit in the middle of the level, it won't count. So you have to complete the level, and that's your collectible number rings. And those are, again, are in almost every stage. Boss stages, I'll just say all right now, every boss level does not have any collectible. So with the boss level, you just need to beat the boss and move on. But every regular stage has collectibles in them. After you do the number rings, the next set of collectibles, and which is the last one, are the silver moon rings. These, I believe, are five moon rings, and you don't have to collect them in any order. You normally, the trick with these is you have to collect them quickly. They only give you a specific amount of time to collect all five, and if you run out of time, they all disappear. So again, you'd have to restart a checkpoint or restart the entire level in order to get the silver moon rings.
Oh snap.
And once you get the silver moon rings collectible, you won't. That's it. That's your collectible for the stage. You're done. So it's red star rings, it's number rings, and then it's silver moon rings.
Yep.
And you went through these. You collected some of these. Did you?
No, me, I didn't get to those range parks. The most I got up to was the number stuff.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. Well, I did it, and again, they weren't too bad.
So they're not really well hidden or anything. They're like right there.
They, it's just if you're. I like to explore the levels. So if you're exploring the levels, and these Sonic levels, they're not huge, so it's kind of in your face in a sense. But there are some levels where you can take two different paths or three different paths. So if it's not on the first path, obviously you have to check the second path, then you have to check the third path. But as long as you're going through each path thoroughly enough, I feel like you can find them on your own. But if not, there are plenty of guides online that you can go to. But then you had mentioned earlier the daily missions. You have to complete one of the trophies is completing 10 daily missions.
Oh, crap.
You're allowed to in one day do up to 3 daily missions in advance. So you do your first one, then you can do 2 more. The next day, you're only allowed to do one from there on because you already have done your three. If you want to get this over with, you can change the date on your calendar on your PlayStation and move it up one, and then do the next one, and do the next one, and do the next one until you get the trophy. I didn't do that. I just waited each day. But if you just want to get it out the way, you can use the calendar function to change the date and get it done.
Yeah, I didn't change the. That trophy will come to you just by playing through the game. Like I said before, it's a lot of insignificant stuff to get the daily challenge. Again, you could just change a piece of clothing and bam, there's your daily challenge. So, so it's not that much a headache. That's like the last thing. That's the last thing on your mind while playing through the game.
All right. And then there's collecting all the parts, all the clothing articles, basically.
Yeah.
That goes hand in hand with completing all the challenges. Because for every challenge that you complete, you unlock an article of clothing. So you're gonna unlock those two trophies basically at the same time. Because every challenge is a clothing article. So once you complete all challenges, you'll have all clothing, all parts. And then so as you go through the game and you're getting these collectibles, once you've collected every single collectible in the game, you get secret stages and you get EX stages. There's a trophy for completing all the secret stages and completed all the EX stages, so a trophy for each one. And those also will count towards your challenges as well. So they go hand in hand. Basically everything goes back to this challenge list
Yeah.
because everything is tied to it.
And those little EX challenges and secret stages, they're really like they're quicker. They're quicker than the actual stages themselves, like the regular stages you play through. So it's not too much headache. They're just a little bit more challenging, but in a fun way, not in a cheap, annoying way.
Right.
So it's just something to do for fun too. That's why I did them. I was like, it's actually pretty fun. I actually got addicted to it.
Right. So then there's making it into the rankings. It's the only online trophy that there is, but you're not actually playing with anyone online. You're just making it into the rankings. So you do a level, you make it into the rankings. You go on said level. You hit triangle to view the leaderboards. It'll show you, and once it shows you, the trophy should pop up. And if for some reason it's not showing you on the leaderboard at all, give it time. Sometimes it loads very slowly. If not, don't worry about it. Play different levels. Eventually, one of them is gonna lock you in, and you'll be able to get the trophy. Then for your avatar stages that they have, you're able to rent an avatar from somebody online, and that's exactly what it is. You're renting an avatar. You're picking someone else's avatar to play through the level with you, so you're in control of both of them.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. You get to see other people's creations. You get to see other things.
Oh.
So it's a pretty cool thing. I used it a lot just to see what everybody else did, because I'm not creative, but a lot of other people on this planet are.
Yeah. And you're eventually, even if you don't want to do it, you eventually run into it because of those SOS missions.
Yes, there's a trophy for completing 10 SOS missions, which is also a challenge. So these SOS missions, as you go through the game, you know, a level will pop up and it'll say SOS. Somebody needs your help. There's three different SOS missions. There's the red SOS mission, green SOS mission, blue SOS mission. Basically, the red one is you play as your avatar, and you have to get from you're basically completing the level as your avatar, and not as your avatar, excuse me, as the avatar of a different player. You're using somebody else's avatar to get from point A to point B. If you fail, you fail the mission. There's no continues, no restarting. You just fail the mission.
Oh crud.
Green SOS missions are you use your avatar as you use your this one you're using your avatar. I'm sorry. And once you do the level, you're done. Again, you can fail, and if you fail, it's over. You know. Then there's the blue SOS missions where you're playing a Sonic, and you're rescuing an avatar who is in the level somewhere. So the way you rescue this avatar is basically the way you used to in Sonic's 1 through 3, where you had to step on the machine at the end of the level in order to get the animals out. You remember that, right?
Yeah, they free the animals. They're like, I'm free, and that's
Yep. Yeah. That's how you save the avatar. That's the blue SOS missions, and pretty cool. You know, if you're a fan of Sonic, that little bit of nostalgia will hit you, and you'll go, oh, I remember this, you know, and it was cool. I did that. I'm 30. I'm old, so
you ain't the only one.
So I thought that was pretty cool. And then from there, you got story-related stuff, bosses and things like that, which again we won't get into, but. After you do all that, that's your platinum, ladies and gents.
Yep. Not much else. It's just a lot of collecting and a lot of mission doing.
It is. It is a lot of collecting. I did a level over and over and over again to get the rings.
Yeah.
But it's fun. Doing the missions was fun. The only thing that was kind of a drag was getting the 100,000 rings, 100,000 rings. That was the only thing that was a drag because it didn't come naturally, and by the time I started to do it, it was just a lot left. But for the rundown, that was basically it. You know, you had your story, you had your challenges, you had your collectibles, a lot of miscellaneous stuff. But overall, I thought the game was great.
Yeah. I
thought the game was a really good game. Story. The story's weird.
It's a Sonic story. It's not. You basically go in there expecting what you would get. Right. It's a little goofy. A bunch of furries doing what they do, saving the world. That's basically what it is. Right. You're not coming in to find the human truth of in Sonic Forces. You're just here for cheesy fun. And just to see your old friends again from the Sonic games.
Right. And your avatar is really important in this game. You know, they didn't make it where your avatar is just there. Your avatar is really important in the game.
Yeah. Your avatar actually, fights bosses and chit chats with Sonic, and not in a way that Sonic's like, hey, how you doing? And then waves at you never see him again. No, this is actually. Your avatar is actually important to the game and everything, which is I love it when games that have creations do that because it makes you more engrossed and makes you feel important. I've played a game you probably heard it before called White Knight Chronicles when your avatar meant absolutely shit. It meant nothing. The avatar meant nothing. But
we do not speak of White Knight Chronicles.
Yeah. Maybe one day we'll cover that, but we won't. but yeah, the avatar's actually important. I dug that. I actually really enjoyed the game, and it's actually really quick too. It could be in 2-3 hours.
The game?
Yeah, just the game, not collecting, just playing through the game.
Man, 2-3 hours? I don't think 2-3 hours. I would say 3 to 5.
3 to 5. I guess depending on your
I
skill
would
too.
say three. I mean, maybe you're right. If you're just kind of speeding through the levels and stuff like that, but I just feel like there's so much dialogue and stuff like that that
Yeah,
if you're not skipping that, there's gonna be it'll be 3 to 5.
yeah, because it's only
But the levels are pretty quick, yeah.
yeah. But that's and to be honest, that's a good thing because Sonic games are supposed to be fast. You have a level that drags, you start to get kind of bored, and you just want
You
to get to
start
the
to
next
get
area.
into the Sonic Unleashed territory.
Oh my god, the Werehog and oh god, when that game had more Sonic levels instead of Werehog levels.
I didn't hate that game, but that's a story for another
Yeah.
time. But that's your list. That's your trophy list. But there's more. There is DLC. There is DLC trophies. Again in the form of Episode Shadow. Now, without getting too much into it, Episode Shadow is a free DLC, right?
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's free still, but when we got it, they were giving away like candy. So I don't know if it's still free at this moment,
it,
but when we got it,
it
it was
was a
free.
free DLC at release.
Yeah,
We don't know if it still is, but it was a free DLC at release, and it basically tells you what Shadow was doing at a certain part of the game. And that's all we'll say. But the trophies for that is all collectible. There's only 3 trophies in Episode Shadow, and all 3 of them have to do with the red star rings, the number rings, and the silver moon rings. So collect everything in each level, and you're done with Episode Shadow collectibles.
yeah, that's it.
And
It's really easy trophy wise. It's just collecting. That's it. It's like what, three
yeah,
trophies, right?
yes, 3 trophies, collectibles. That's it. But Episode Shadow was good. Cool thing, once you download Episode Shadow, you can use Shadow in the regular game. It's not just the DLC. You're able to use him in the regular story mode. Also, it just doesn't make sense because there are things that are happening that they're using for other characters and you're using Shadow, so it kind of throws it off a little bit. But hey, it's cool they let you use
Yeah, that's pretty neat. And I like the fact that it's not real sports territory, but the stages aren't just copy paste from the regular game. That it actually feels different.
it. Right. The DLC levels, like they're their own, you know.
Yeah,
But that is everything, unless they add more stuff in the future, which doesn't seem likely.
yeah,
We have the regular game, we have the DLC Episode Shadow, and by the end of all that, you'll have a shiny new virtual platinum trophy. So I guess it's not really shiny because you can't really hold it.
yeah. Um, dude, you have to like overall grade the trophies. Like, is it frustrating, easy, like normal, like
Man, if I'm not gonna use your traditional grading system. If Sonic Forces was very difficult, it would be 3 bills, and I would call it 1 bill too many. Hope that helped.
yeah.
No, but really, I didn't think it was too bad. It was just a grind for the rings and leveling up the characters. It is gonna take you a lot of time only because of that. I would say, I think it would be fair to say anywhere between 25 hours or more,
Ah,
which is a long time, but you know, RPGs out there take hundreds of hours. So
yeah. Maybe one day, I've gotten 1 or 2 platinums for RPG. Maybe we'll cover that at some time soon.
not White Knight Chronicles.
No, no, not that.
If we ever do a video of White Knight Chronicles, I don't think you all will understand the hatred and disdain that I have towards that game.
Yeah, I was there for half the ride. Then I said, "Screw this," and that's it.
Um, we won't delve into that,
Yeah.
but maybe someday. If you want us to do a video of White Knight Chronicles, hey, comment. Let us know that you want to see a video of White Knight Chronicles, and you'll just hear an angry man, an angry man who wasted his life away.
So that's about
But
that about covers it, right?
that's everything, I think.
Yeah, there's nothing else I could really think of anything either. So this has been PSN Trophy Talk. I'm Sam.
I'm Vic.
Go out there and get some trophies.